Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm Mary Jo, also known as Sojo, and what I'm doing today is I'm going to sew all of my February gnome blocks into a finished quilt top. So I'm going to start by cutting my sashing rows. Now all of these blocks are the same size, unlike January's. So this should be a lot smoother sailing than what I did in January. I did double check, they're all the same size. So I'm going to start by cutting my sashing. I'm going to cut 6 2.5-inch strips. So here we go. Okay, so I have all of my sashing cut out. I have 6 12.5-inch strips cut out, and 6 of the 22.5 cut out. And then I'm going to use these as cornerstones. I thought about adding some triangles to the sashing for like a friendship star in the round with the cornerstones and sashing. However, since it's only going to meet up in one place to get a friendship star, I decided I wasn't going to like that. So I'm just going to stick with the traditional sashing here, with the sashing and cornerstones. So I'm going to start pinning everything together. So I am over at my sewing machine and I'm going to start sewing this down. Like I said, I sew all of one column. I do not break the threads. I leave it together. Those threads kind of help keep everything in place, and then I move over to the other column. All right, here we go. I am back over at my pressing mat, and I'm just going to start pressing everything towards the sashing. Okay, we are back over at the sewing machine. I am going to finish sewing this together. So the center of this will be done, and then I'm going to press it, and then we'll be back to talk about borders. Alright, I am back to start cutting my borders. Now with the January ones, I cut 5-inch borders, but I had extra sashing in the middle of that quilt to make up for the block that was a little bit bigger. So I don't have the extra sashing in here, so I'm going to put the borders just a little bit bigger than the 5-inch. So I think I'm going to cut a 6.5-inch border. So I'm going to go ahead and cut 6 6.5-inch borders, or 6 6.5-inch strips. Okay, so I cut my 6.5-inch strips, and then I cut off the selvage edge, and I sewed 2 of them together here, 2 of them together here. Now I've already measured my quilt, and it's 50.5 inches long, so that would be 25.25 folded over. So I'm just going to cut these. Okay, so I'm going to press the seams, start pinning them on my quilt, sew them, and then we'll be back. Okay, I am just cutting my top and bottom border, and the top measures 43 inches across, or 21.5. So if you fold it over, which is what I did, they're folded over, so I'm just gonna cut at 21.5. Okay, I'm gonna pin it, sew it, press it, and then we'll be back once it's all done. Okay, so here it is, all done. There's the Gnome February Cotton Cuts.